Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card, we are taking a look at what is to come for the rest of your 2025. I was going to do it at the beginning of September, but you know, we've got 3 months left. We'll take a look at the energies and what's going to take you through the rest of the year. Before I get in, just remember, I always say this with like my yearly predictions or any like future predictions. You are the ones creating your reality. So if you don't like something that comes through, you don't have to align with that. The tarot is just a tool to see the timelines that you're currently on, but we're constantly changing and shifting timelines, and you are the creator of your reality. So yeah, we're just going to take a look at like where your energy is focused, what I see around you, what your energy is going into, timelines that are coming in. We'll take a look at all of that. So we have 4 crystals for you guys to choose from. Pile number 1 is the serpentine crystal. Pile number 2 is the clear quartz geode. Pile number 3 is the honey calcite. And pile number 4 is a stone from the beach. So see which object, crystal, stone you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I'll see you guys at your timestamps. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what is going on in your energy over the next 3 months, the end of the year. What you're going to be doing, what's coming in for you. We'll take a look at the timelines. So you guys chose the serpentine crystal. I'm going to start with tarot and then we'll move on to your oracle cards. So let's get in. So pile number 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1, tap me into, I just hear chin up buttercup. You know, like the little buttercup flowers. I don't even know if they're called buttercups, but that's what we used to call them in school. And there was like this saying that if you rubbed it under your chin or something and it tickled, I don't know what it was. It was like if you put it under your chin and it tickled, it was like something, you were happy or something. I don't know, but I just thought of that and I just heard chin up buttercup, and it was like I was being shown the little buttercup flowers like rubbing on the chin. So I don't know what that's about. That's what I hear, chin up buttercup. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1s. What is to come for the rest of 2025, please? What is to come for the rest of 2025? So you have the Star reversed. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Hermit. And we have the World. Okay, and the back of the deck is the 8 of Swords. I wonder if you guys have been feeling a little bit confused recently, kind of stuck with your direction and not knowing where to go. I'm actually hearing The Climb by Miley Cyrus, where she sings "Lost with no direction, my faith is shaken." So I'm hearing that, and I feel like that's an energy that you guys have been in recently. Like there's like a fog, and this could either pertain to just your life in general, just feeling like there's a fog over your life, but this could also pertain to like a certain area. So if you guys have been feeling confusion in your career path or your work, or maybe in the relationships that you're in, or what you want to do next in your future, I'm being shown like a lot of fog, and I'm being shown somebody like walking in this like big room and it's pitch black and they can't see the way forward, so they can't see the door, right? When you're in that room, you're not necessarily, if it's pitch black, you're not necessarily worried about everything around you. You're worried about walking into something and what if this is there, or what is that, you know, what if that is there. And when you close your eyes and you're in the dark, your senses become more alert, you know. Not only do our eyes try to adjust to the dark, but you know, we're able then to use our other senses like touch and feel around for any obstacles in our way, feel away for the wall and where the door is. We become more aware of our physical body and what we could be banging into, you know what I mean? And we, you know, if you're in the pitch black in a room, you're going to be walking a little slower to be aware of your body and being aware of where you're going. I hope that makes sense. And I feel like that's an energy that maybe some of you guys might have been resisting or struggling with, because I feel like with you guys are very like intuitive, I feel. And with that intuition, some of you guys either just follow your intuition and there's always kind of like a path ahead and you just have this optimism that allows you to flow. But then for others of you, you may have psychic foresight where you're literally able to see timelines. I do see timelines crumbling around you, but there's something here about needing to feel into my body and feel into that physical energy and be very, very rooted in where I am. Sometimes when the map in front of us disappears, it's because we're meant to be being brought back into our bodies. Basically, we're meant to be more aware of like physical things in front of us. When we can't see the big picture, it's because we're meant to focus on the smaller details, you know what I mean? Because we can dream about a painting that we want to create all day long, but if we're not setting up the tools to get the paintbrushes or get the charcoals or get the whatever it is you're drawing with, get the what's it called, what's it called, it's not a weasel, an axle. It's not a weasel. Why was I gonna say a weasel? It's an axle. But like, you know, we have to put our energy physically into these little things to bring something into a reality. And I almost feel like you've been feeling very maybe stuck, or like there's shut doors in a specific area, but it's because I'm being drawn into my physical body to really listen to myself right now. With that star reverse coming in, I almost feel this defeat that you've already been feeling. This is the energy that you've been in. Maybe some of you guys are still in. There's this defeat and it's creating this stuck feeling, which is the back of the deck, which is where you're coming from, right? It's that stuck feeling. And you look at the butterfly on that 8 of Swords, it's in its little cocoon. It's about to go through a complete metamorphosis. It's going to go through a complete transformation. Over the next 3 months, you guys are coming out of this fog, but you're not coming out of this fog because it's like, oh, there's a golden star and now I know what I'm doing. That's not how you're coming out of this fog. What I see you doing is being very rooted, very grounded. I see small baby steps and I see you focusing on something. Now, for some of you guys, this could be you guys putting in little physical efforts to get somewhere with your career. Maybe you're handing out CVs. Maybe you are setting up a course or taking a course or doing something like that. Maybe you guys are, you know, sorting out your finances and making budget sheets and things like that. For others of you where it's nothing to do with that, it's to do with relationships, you guys could really be no longer ignoring like an elephant in the room and really doing something that may be a little bit uncomfortable in the moment, but it's going to help you later on. Maybe that's setting boundaries with somebody. Maybe that's setting boundaries with yourself, maybe where your energy's going, because I'm seeing a reel in it and I'm seeing a ball of yarn and I'm reeling things in. So this could be like, you know what, I am doom scrolling way too much and this needs to stop. My energy is just pouring out. You know what, maybe I am just still pouring into other people and I need to pull that back. You know what, maybe I am just not maybe prioritizing something that I know would be beneficial for me and I need to rule that in. There's something here where I see you like rolling back the yarn and coming back into your body and just doing these physical things to help you. You know what I mean? This could even pertain to like health matters. You guys could be maybe starting a gym or switching the way that you eat. Maybe there's certain foods that don't make you feel so good, so you're switching that and changing that. I feel like I need to be aware of my physical body. I need to be aware of my like where my energy is going, and I'm being shown like little glimmers of like what brings me joy and doing little things like that. But it's like I'm being aware, not just like immediate satisfaction, you know. It's more like I'm seeing you go, this is going to be really beneficial for me. This is something that I need to do this week, you know. And that could be like 10 minutes of meditation. That could be like hip opening or somatic releases, and you know, in the morning. That could be like minutes of like mindfulness. That could be like saving just like $50, you know, a week. Like that could be whatever that could be. There's just these little things that are going to help, that I feel are connected to the physical and are going to help you in the long run, but they're little things in the moment. The big picture is cloudy right now because there's little things you need to be doing. If you were still focused on that big picture, you wouldn't be doing the little things. You'd just be running towards that big picture, and all of these little things would add up, and the big picture wouldn't turn out the way that you need it. There's something here where I need to get refined. There's something here where I need to cut the fat. There's something here where I need to chop away the excess wood. Like I need to have things under control. So there's something about towards the end of the year, you put in things in order, you set in records straight, you put in boundaries. I see you very disciplined. There's a strong Virgo energy over the next 3 months. I'm just seeing that for you guys. Like, maybe I'm seeing like schedules in order. Like, I'm being shown the symbol for Virgo, so I'm being shown like schedules in order, and being very aware of my body and where my energy is going, being very aware of what is keeping me away from bringing something into the physical, or making a shift, or making a change. There's this fog. I'm so focused on getting rid of this fog, but I'm not going to get it by looking for a gold star. The gold star is me. So I need to go within. The Hermit card is all about going within, and that's what I see for you guys. I'm seeing, because the thing is, you guys are going through an ending of a cycle. I feel like you guys are closing up a chapter, and there's something here about, to be honest, I don't see the next couple of months being super social for you guys. But I also feel for a lot of you guys, I don't think you want it to be. This doesn't feel like the energy of that. I'm getting things done. My head's down. You know what I mean? I'm being shown clean eating. I'm being shown little baby steps. Like, I'm seeing somebody saving money to get somewhere. So like, somebody could be saving for like a house, or somebody could be saving for a car, or somebody could be saving for maybe like a course that they want to take later on. There's a lot of biding time. I'm being shown like a spider with a web, and like, you know, he gets like the little flies in the web. There's something there about biding time that's going to take you where you need to go. So that's where I see a lot of your energy. But when I tap into you towards the end of the year, then, like, let's just talk like December time, my energy feels pure and clean, whatever that is. Whatever is causing murkiness right now, the answer is within, and where your energy is going. When you clear through that and you reel that back in, there's this clear-cut feeling that I see you in towards the end of the year. It's like a fog has just gone and left my body, and I'm hearing, like, I can see again. Like, there's a feeling of that. Like, I feel like I've got a light back. I'm gonna pull 2 cards just to go on top of this to see where is pile number 1's energy gonna be by the end of the year. Like, when we're reigning in 2026, where is their energy gonna be? Where is this taking them? 2 cards have just handed themselves to me, so let me grab these. Okay, you have the 5 of Swords and the King of Wands. Let's put them down. 5 of Swords, King of Wands. And the back of the deck is the 7 of Pentacles. I just shared The Only Way Is Up, you know, the song. We have, if you're not from the UK, we have a TV series in the UK called The Only Way Is Essex, and they use The Only Way Is Up song on it. And yeah, I just shared that. But yeah, look at that. We're stacking, we're building, we're putting energy in. I see you sitting on something. So something that you don't physically have right now, I see you having. I see you sitting on some kind of gold mind. And I see with the King of Wands as well, I wonder if there's something you've not... Okay, rewind back a minute. I'm getting loads of messages at once. I wonder if there's something you're wanting to do right now, but you just don't feel like you have the energy for it. You don't feel excited for it. Now, this could be like, let's just say I'm seeing like little things. So let's just say you've always wanted a horse ride, and you've wanted to do it. You wanted to get, you know, that mojo there, but it's like, everything's too foggy for me to learn to do that. Or maybe it's a course. Maybe it's a business decision you're wanting to make. Whatever it is, right? I see you like little things like that right now you're just not doing. I see for some of you guys, it's like lack of motivation. Some of you guys, it's lack of energy. Some of you guys, there's this fog and you're just not feeling great. Towards the end of the year, I see you revisiting the campsite of where you left that, and I see you picking it back up. That's what I'm being shown. And I see a lot of like ideas in action. I see you going into the new year very excited. Things already set in stone too, but this time you've got like an actual foundation for it. Without realizing it, pal one, I feel like you've been going through a bit of a transition. This could have been a transition over the last couple of months. For others of you, this could have been a whole year in the making, where you've been going through this kind of like fog. And I feel like you're getting the hang of it towards the end of the year, and I just feel like you're coming out of it towards the end of the year. And I see you doing physical things. I see you having like a routine, or having like money stacked up or saved up. I see something booked. So you guys may have like booked a course or booked time away. You guys could like, I'm hearing booking a viewing, so it could be like a viewing for like an office you're gonna work in, viewing for like I just shoot expansion pack. I don't know what that's about. When I think of expansion pack, I think of my friend Nye who plays Sims. I'm sure they have like expansion packs or something like that on there. But yeah, I just shoot expansion pack, but like I'm being shown like, I don't know if you ever played this game. It was called Stardoll. I used to play it when I was younger, and then like you'd pay through your phone. I can't even remember how it worked. And then you got to like unlock a room in the Stardoll house, and then you like, if you paid, like you got to buy like certain outfits and stuff. There's something here about having like a room unlocked, like you've worked to get that room unlocked, and then you can have all the fancy stuff in it. There's something there. But yeah, some of you guys are same viewing. Some of you guys could be like booking like a home viewing or something like that. Yeah, there's onwards and upwards from here. I just feel like you've been in a bit of a transformational period. And I think it's been a bit confusing, but it's like the blindfolds are on to come back to your senses. There's a lot of like need to like turn off the phone, sit with yourself and asking what you need. And I'm seeing like a list of things and then making it smaller, you know? Like, it's like, I get so many emails, even when I'm inactive doing readings, I just still get a bunch. And sometimes I try to get them all done in one day, and I cannot mentally. I just cannot do it. And it seems like forever, and I just kind of like shut down. But when I tell myself, right, just do 10 today, do 10 tomorrow, do the 10, and just 10, 10's not a lot. So there's something, I'm being shown that because there's something here you need to like make easier for you, It doesn't have to be all in one go. There's something you need to like crumble up. Because by the end of the year, you'll get there. Pile number 1, final card. We have Answer the Call as your oracle card. What is your soul calling you to do? Yeah, there's this need with that going over the Hermit as well. I feel like there's just this need to really sit in your silence right now and clear out the clutter. This could be clearing out the clutter of your home too. I just feel like there's a lot of fog, but I'm being brought more into my body. What am I ignoring? What am I not listening to? What am I not there's a boundary that I need to put in with that person. There's, I need to stop wasting all my energy in this, that could be like scrolling on the phone, doom scrolling. You know how easy it is to lock in, especially TikTok. Like, I would post like 20 things a day sometimes on there for no reason at all. I'm just like, oh, and then I forget like how long I've been on there. So there's that I'm being shown. And using that energy to fuel into like little things that are going to get you where you need to go. But the rest of the year, guys, there's been a lot of focus on your energy. So I wonder if maybe you needed clarity on that, because that's where I've been more focused for this reading. But I see you over the next couple of months building, whatever goals you have in mind, I see you reaching them. But there's a slow and steady reading and a need to ground and be more in the physical. But with the Seven of Pentacles, I see you getting there, whatever it is you're looking to build. If you're trying to build like a business or something like that, I see you making the right steps forward for it. So if you've been wanting like elevation in your career or anything physical like that, I do see it, and I see it being the main focus. Strong Virgo energy over the next couple of months, and just your root chakra feels very highlighted to me. If you wanted to, kind of bring that more into focus and maybe get some crystals that connect to the root chakra, so like red jasper and carnelian. You could even get some black crystals as well, very grounding crystals like obsidian and that. And I'm being shown red apples. That's just coming through in my mind's eye. Red apples. So yeah, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Good luck with the rest of your 2025. And I will see you guys in my next video, hopefully. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what is to come for the rest of 2025. So let's get in. So you guys chose the clear quartz. I'm going to start with tarot and then we'll move into your oracle cards. So pile number 2, please, spirit guides, tap me into the collective of my pile number 2s. What is going on in pile number 2's energy for the rest of 2025? What do they have coming in for them? Just show me anything my pile number 2s need to know for the rest of 2025. What is my pile number 2's energy for the rest of 2025? What is to come? What can you tell me? What's to come. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. We have the Seven of Wands. We have Justice. One more card, please, Spirit Guides. One more card, please, Spirit Guides. Three of Pentacles. Okay, back of the deck is the Ten of Wands. Okay, Queen of Cups, Seven of Wands, Justice, and the Three of Pentacles. Ten of Wands at the back of the deck. Okay, this one's quite interesting because it almost feels like the complete flip of pile number one. Like it's such stark, different kind of advice that it's like the opposite. When I was tapping in, I kept being shown like a Rubik's Cube, like, you know, it's got the yellow on one side, blue on the other side, and then you're like switching it to try and get them all on the right sides. And it's like, if a Rubik's Cube was all yellow on one side, all red on the other side, all blue on the other side, what would be the point of it? If we just kept it like that, neat and tidy, all the time on a shelf, what would be the point of a Rubik's Cube? It's basically just an ornament then. It's not fun, it's not stimulating, you're just looking at these perfect squares and the perfect colours. The whole point of a Rubik's Cube is to mess it up, to get it back together again, to twist it and move it and shake it up. That's the whole point of it, right? That's the point of a Rubik's Cube. And when I tapped into you guys' energy, it was interesting because with pile number one, it felt like a fog, and then I saw the end of the year, them coming into this clear-cut, grounded energy. Tapping into you guys, you already feel like you have a clear-cut, grounded energy in the sense that maybe you might not feel it, but it's like, I feel like things are in order, or I try to stick to a very strict schedule, or I try to keep everything in order, or maybe I have a bedtime and I don't move from it, or maybe I go to the gym at this time and I don't move from it. And that's great, you know, when we create order and we create something like that, we're building towards something, and that's great. However, if we had sun all year round, the rain wouldn't come, and then the flowers wouldn't bloom, they wouldn't be fed. And if you've ever, you know, seeing the grass when the sun is always out and that's it starts to burn and nothing can grow. We need seasons of change, you know, we need seasons of winter, we need seasons of letting go to have things come in. And for you guys, there's something here where it's like, I have order, or I have like an idea for something, or there's a structure with something, but my emotional side, like my heart space, it's almost wanting to push me in a different direction. Now this could even manifest like you're wanting to manifest something or bring something in a specific way, but your plans need movement for your plans need a bit of a shift and a movement and a change before that can come in. I feel like when I'm tapping into you with the Queen of Cups, there's something that's activating where it's like, maybe I'm being called down a new direction, or maybe I'm feeling called, like maybe I've always been a really single, independent person, and now I'm really ready for a relationship. Or maybe I'm somebody that's always been work and structure, and I really wanted to go out and play right now. Like there's a shake up and a shift. And the message here, before I even get into what I see coming in for you guys, is to not fight where your energy wants to go, where your intuition wants to go, where your emotions want to go. Don't fight that, because I feel like over the next couple of months there are shakeups coming, but it's like I'm being shown like mini tidal waves, like literally just waves. I don't know why I said tidal waves, just little waves where I'm being shown things resetting, so that it's like it's a reset to create balance. Like I'm being shown a beach when it has all the footprints, and then the tide comes in and then it kind of clears the beach, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like all the sand goes back smooth. There's something there where it's like, but you're being called to do it. I wonder if there's something already activating for you right now where you're being called to move in a different direction, and you know this. To pivot in some sort of way, not completely abandoning what you've already been doing, but I see a pivot, and I see that in your energy over the next 3 months. But the message here is, don't fight it. If you have to fight it, you may go through a period of resistance. There's a reference here that over the next 3 months there's going to be a pivot, there's going to be a shift, and I don't mean like crazy, like oh my god there's going to be this massive shake-up and your whole life change, not like that. I mean, maybe for 1 or 2 of you that could happen, but not in a chaotic way. This feels like there's a pivot and a shift, so something can come in. something needs to move in your energy so something can come in. I wonder if you've been manifesting or you've been aligning with a specific goal. There's something about your plans changing before that can come in. Give me an example, please, spirit guides, of what they could expect. Give me an example, please, spirit guides. Bear with me a second. Like, I feel like they're giving me like a little analogy of like, you know, sometimes when you order something, like say now you do like a Uber Eats or whatever, and you order like a Costa or whatever it is you're ordering, and I don't know what they have all over the world. I know they have crumble cookie in America, but whatever. So it's like, I'm ordering something and I really, really want it because I get it all the time and I really like it, but then it's out of stock and then they bring something else and you're so annoyed. You're like, why are you sending this? I didn't even want this. And then it comes and you're like, well, I may as well try it. And then you try it and it's like, this is the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. And it's now your new favorite. And it's like, oh my God, thank God. Thank God that they didn't have what I originally wanted, because this is even better. You know what I mean? And it's cheaper too. So it's like, it's a better deal. It tastes nicer. It's put me on to something. You know what I mean? So there's something there about like having an idea for something and aligning with something, but like it's not coming in exactly how you'd expect it, but it's because something better is meant to come in. I hope that makes sense. And that's why you're being called to broaden your horizons, because there's going to be like a pivot of some sort over the next couple of months. The next couple of months feel very divinely guided. I feel like if you're trying to create too much structure, it's going to create friction. The next couple of months feel very divinely guided. You may find certain people come in over the next couple of months. You may meet very important people. So some of you guys could be introduced to certain like co-workers, or introduced to certain like people you can network with and collaborate with down the line. It could also be literal friendships coming in that later on lead you to meeting somebody you end up in a relationship with. It could even be like, for example, like I remember working in this job that I hated, and I was like, and I'm saying this because there's a reason to it before anyone like, I don't care, I'm explaining, right? So there was a job that I absolutely hated, and I ended up getting a job elsewhere that I only worked in for literally 2 months, and I absolutely like hated that job too. And when I ended up working there for 2 months, even though that was like a really random pivot for me, I ended up meeting somebody in that job that I knew for years later, and they taught me such like strong karmic lessons, and I had a really strong connection with them. And just because of that 2 months working there, I never would have met them otherwise, because they live quite far away from me. And that's what I'm being shown, like little things like that. That's why I told the story. There's little things like that that are going to be happening over the next couple of months, where it's like, even in the next couple of months, you may think it's so random. You could be like, oh, my friend invited me here, or oh, I just got this interview to go here. But it's like, there's little things like that. I feel like I'm being plucked and put somewhere, but it's like fated. You know what I mean? There's something there, and that's why you're being called to not to push against something, especially if you're intuitively being called to make a shift and change, but then you're like, no, I need to keep to this structure. You know what I mean? Because I'm also being shown, for some of you guys, you may actually be having activations in your higher chakra, so your third eye and your crown chakra. And let's just say you're somebody that likes to go to bed early. You may even find that not going to bed so early and having like an hour or two to just like chill out and be with your thoughts, a lot of ideas come in. There's a lot of activations that come through. You start to have new ideas about what you want to do. It just pings in your mind. There's little things like that I'm being shown. Like for some of you guys, there's physical literal pivots, and then for some of you guys, it's like a shake up in a routine creates room for something else. A shake up in just even like a sleeping habit, and me having more time later on at night, it gets me into a creative mode, and then I start doing this or I start doing that. There's something there, and it's just like rolling out, and that's why you're being called to flow some more. Because with that 10 of Wands at the back of the deck, I feel like you've been in go mode, physical mode. I feel like, and I feel like in a very grounded, earthy mode, and I'm just kind of like going. I know Wands is fire, but I just see you in like a earthy, grounded, go-getter mode. Like very, like, it feels like fixed fire, so like Leo energy. Like I have my mind on something and I'm fixed and I'm going. But it's like, okay, that while that fire stands like simmer, let's jump into like a water energy here and tap into this. Or let's tap into a, you know, energy. You know what I mean? And alchemize that for a second. So there's shakeups and shifts, and it's different for all of you guys. I'm struggling to like pinpoint, but the message here more so energy wise for the rest of 2025 is to allow things to flow. And when you're feeling, I keep being taken back to this Queen of Cups, when you are feeling intuitively called to do something, when your heart is calling you somewhere, you're being called to journey and venture, please do that. I feel like it's going to lead you somewhere. Some of you guys already have ideas you're wanting to bring in. Some of you guys already have like in your mind, like, yeah, I wanted to shake up and do this. I wanted to change up my routine and do this. I actually wanted to put my CV in over here and see if I could get a job here. I wanted to start commuting to work this way. Whatever that is, listen, I feel like you're being really divinely guided, and there's a shake up happening for a reason. It feels very fated the next 3 months. Some of you guys are meeting specific people as well, where it's either like you're meeting somebody who ends up being you end up being in a relationship with later on, and maybe you could just meet them over the next 3 months, or you meet someone that introduces you to them. It's like what's it called, the invisible string theory? That's what I'm being shown. This fated meetings for sure. For some of you guys, especially if you're single. And I'll never give false hope. Like, if I wasn't seeing that, I wouldn't say it. And not all of it would be like lovey relationship. It could also be friendship or co-worker, or like if you're networking in some kind of way. Pile number 2, what will my pile number 2's energy be like at the end of the year, right at the end? What is this energy going to take them to? What is this energy going to take them to? 8 of Cups. I see you walking away from something. I see you stepping away from something, but like, it's not like, oh, boo-hoo, or walking away. It's like, I'm pivoting. Some of you guys, if you've come to the end of like maybe a partnership or a relationship and you know it's time to go, you may be making that shift and shake up. Nothing to worry about. Like, if you're in a happy relationship, that's not it. Don't make it fit to that. I just mean for those of you that may feel like you need to broaden your horizons, and you're just feeling that urge, but it's making room for new things, you know. One more card, pile number just one more card, please, Spirit Guides. Where are they? We've got the butterfly here as well, the 6 of Wands here as well. On the back of the deck is the 4 of Cups. Yeah, I see you guys letting go of something. Some of you guys may actually make a decision to move homes, or move the area that you live in, or pivot from a particular job. And I see that transition being really good as well. It's very divinely guided. Like, I'm being shown energy being moved and shifted. You're going where you need to go. One thing I will say for you guys as well is I don't see too much like negativity here. I know transformations can be a little bit scary, but I see you guys really leaping out and making a lot of moves and shifts. The only time I see friction for you guys and struggle like that is if you resist any shakeups and shifts. So, you know, like when you know you want to make a jump or a leap, but then you hold on really tight for too long, that's where things may start to become a little bit restless for you. Because with the 4 of Cups at the back of the deck, you can see that crescent moon in the background. We're ending a cycle, and the 4 of Cups is like, we've grown bored with something. So you're growing out of an environment, you're growing out of a person, you're growing out of something that I see you opening up, like the wings are opening, the butterfly wings are opening, but there's something you're getting a little bit restless and bored with. And that's where you're being called to listen to your intuition with whatever comes up right now. If you're being invited somewhere and you know you really want to go, but then it's like, oh, but my bedtime, leave your bedtime. Just give yourself that leeway to have fun and grow. And I just feel like little things are going to come in that way, to be honest with you. I also see you feeling more like yourself. I don't see that your spark's gone. Like with pile number 1, it was almost like, I feel like my spark's gone a little bit. With you guys, I don't feel like your spark's gone like that. Like, I mean, no one's spark can go, but you know what I mean when you feel a little bit gloomy. I don't feel that from you, but I almost feel like I'm, you know, like when you have a celebrity and they're like on Disney and they have to act a certain way, and they would wear, like, if you remember like the Disney lot, they'd wear the little purity rings and things like that, and then to exercise their like freedom and adulthood, they'd like come out of Disney and they'd be like twerking, and they'd be like, remember Miley with like the foam finger and stuff? Like, there's something there where I need to let my hair down, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's bringing me a leash of something that I kind of forgot to tap into. There's something you haven't been tapping into that I feel is going to help you. That could be, and it feels more like creative. It feels more like having a bit of fun just because, you know what I mean? I'm loosening the reins a little bit. I'm having a little bit of fun. It's making me think of Peter Pan, the one with Robin Williams, where he's like grown up Peter and he just is so focused on his work. He's forgot how to be a kid, and then he goes to Neverland and he forgets about all the magic. He doesn't believe in it, you know what I mean? And by the end of the movie and being in Neverland, he becomes the kid again, and it kind of broadens his life again. So there's something there happening in the end of the year. But there's significant meetings. I have to say that there's significant meetings. If you're being invited to a wedding or a party you wouldn't usually go to or something like that, like, I don't know, I just feel like there may be like meetings or you'll meet someone, or there's just something there. There's like invisible string theory keeps coming up as I say that. So there's like importance there. Yeah, let's pull your oracle card. I see you being a bit more of a social butterfly as well. Maybe coming more into like the spotlight. For some of you guys, it could be like being on social media, and being seen a little bit more, but that could also be you physically getting out there and being seen, like you coming out of a cave. One card please for my pal twos. We have break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Yeah, I feel like you're taking something into your own hands and making a shake up or a shift. There's something here where I'm listening to my heart and my intuition and I'm making a move. I keep being shown Meredith. Is that Meredith or Merida from Brave? When all the princes are lined up to marry her because you can't be queen unless there's a king. And they're all fighting for a hand with the archery. And then like they can't hit the red spot. And then she hits the red spot. And in her little Scottish accent, she's like, I'm fighting for my own hands. And she like, you know, puts it there, like really bad Scottish accent for me. But yeah, I'm being shown that scene. Like you're doing something, you're taking the reins. And I'm thinking of like archery and the bow and arrow, and I'm thinking like Sagittarius. I'm going to give you that sign, Sagittarius, for the next 3 months because I gave Pal 1 Virgo. I saw them in a Virgo energy. I see you guys in a Sagittarius energy, being more optimistic, allowing things to flow, expanding your minds. That's what I'm seeing for you guys, being in more of a Sag energy. Still fiery. I feel like you're fiery people, to be honest with you, Pal 2, but it's no longer fixed. It's mutable. I feel like you're coming out of a Leo energy. You're going into a Sagittarius energy. Yeah, so that's what I have for you, Pal 2. I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pal 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what is coming in for the rest of 2025 for you guys. You guys chose the honey calcite. I'm going to start with tarot and then we'll move on to your oracle cards. So let's take a look. So pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3, what is to come for my pile number 3s for the rest of 2025? What is to come for my pile number 3s? What is that energy going to be in? What is to come for my pile number 3s for the rest of 2025? What is that energy going to be in? What are they doing? Show me the energy surrounding my pile 3s for the rest of 2025. What are they working towards? What's going on? We have the 3 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, pile number 3. As I've started reading, my nose is itching. I don't know if somebody's got a cold, but my nose has just started to itch as I've tapped in. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. The rest of 2025. 3 of Swords. Okay. What's coming in for the rest of 2025? King of Swords. I just heard nothing slowing me down, but it felt like a song, but I don't know what song it's coming through. Sometimes I'll get like lyrics of songs I don't know, so I can only pass on the lyric. I can't tell you the song, but I'm hearing nothing slowing me down. We have the Hierophant at the back of the deck. What is coming in for pile 3s, please, spirit guides, towards the end of 2025? What are they focusing on? 3 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 3 of Swords, King of Swords and the Hierophant. Okay, as I'm tapping in, I'm hearing a song that recently dropped, like in the last week or two. If you guys are aware of the girl group that was in the UK, Little Mix, they all have gone solo now, and one of the singers is called Jade, and she has an album that came out, and on the album there's this song that what's it called? In the Name of Before You Break My Heart, that's what it's called, Before You Break My Heart. And basically in the video she has like her younger cousin in it, but it's meant to be like her dancing with like her younger self, and she actually samples her younger self singing a song like on it, a Diana Ross song, and the whole video is like her dancing around, and it's kind of like a self-love song. And that's what I heard as I was tapping into this, and I felt this fire and determination and like protectiveness come over me, where it's like something and when I say wallow, I don't mean that in a negative way. We're meant to wallow over things and cry over things and work through things. We pass through emotions, but it's almost this feeling of like, I've done enough of that now. I'm reclaiming something. So there's some sort of like activation of like, nothing's keeping me down. Like nothing's holding me back. I'm gonna get there. It feels very like sword and stone energy, where it's like I'm the one to pull the sword from the stone. There's something here of like something I'm building myself up. It's connected to your inner child. It's connected to insecurities with your inner child, or maybe if you guys have ever been put down by other people, or told that you weren't gonna make it in something, or you were ridiculed by people, you were othered by people, or maybe you've just gone through really heavy experiences and you've just kind of felt a little bit down and out. I see a fire coming through towards the end of 2025. It's like a pit in my stomach, pile 3 that I'm tapping into, where it's just like where I've felt the sadness and allowed it to move. I've reached the point where like the vessel is dry. And maybe towards the end of that vessel going dry, I was feeling very sad, or I was feeling very low, or I was feeling very stuck. But it's now turned into a fire within me, where I'm kind of like creating an ordered chaos. So not like chaos in a bad way, but it's like I'm going to use this fire in me, or this frustration, or maybe like somebody did say something to you one time in your life, or somebody did put you down, or somebody did project onto you. It's almost like I'm going to use what you've made me feel. For some of you guys, that's shame. For some of you guys, that's like feeling inadequate. And I'm feeling the anger, rightfully so, because how dare you project this onto me. But it's like, instead of me just like wallowing in that fire and not knowing where it's going, in true alchemy form, I feel like you guys are literally transmuting out of that. And I feel like you guys, it's like I'm battling, like it's being shown to me like a battle, but not in a negative way. Like in my head, I'm hearing things people have said to me, and it's created chaos before. It stopped me from going to take that job. It stopped me from going to get that diploma. It stopped me from speaking my mind, because in my head, I've heard all these people's voices, and now it's like I'm yapping back. So it's like, instead of it allowing me to play small, that little voice is coming inside of me, where it's like, you know, because I'm thinking of the 3 of Cups as well. Sometimes there's like gossip. It's like, you can't do this, like I'm projecting this onto you, and it's like, actually no. And I've got the sword in my hand, and I'm like, actually no. And I'm like slicing it in half, where it's like, I'm not taking that on anymore. There's this fight coming in for you guys, where I feel like you're going to step into a very determined energy, but there's this coldness in a very good way. I don't mean like, oh, you're going cold to your emotions are strongly here. I'm seeing a lot of like fire, where I see you like kind of on a roll towards the end of the year, and kind of like really shining, kind of maybe coming out of your shell and maybe starting new things. But I feel like with the King of Swords, there's this coldness towards where people are projecting onto you, people are trying to pull at you, people are trying to keep you down, and it's almost like I'm shutting that off straight away. I'm seeing beyond. I can see that you're projecting onto me from your own insecurity. I'm seeing that you're projecting onto me because of this and that. It's like I'm not taking it, and there's an expansion in your awareness. And I feel like as you're doing that, I'm seeing a lot of aha moments with this King of Swords, where I feel like it's going to be very healing for you, because I'm seeing it slowly happening. So let me give you an example. Let's just say you've maybe been in a little bit of a lull, or you've just not been feeling your best. Maybe you haven't been feeling very secure, but maybe it's because you've been dealing and working through projections people have placed onto you, hurts and pains from the past, not feeling good enough, and maybe that's something that you've been working through. I'm also hearing somebody's Chiron has been highlighted, so I wonder if like there's been placements going over your Chiron aspect, and your Chiron is something there, the Chiron in the natal chart, you know, which is the wounded healer. I'm seeing that being highlighted, Chiron. So yeah, I'm seeing like you've gone through a little bit of a phase of that, or maybe you've just been processing heavy emotions in regards to that, not feeling good enough, not feeling lovable, not feeling capable, you know what I mean, needing everything to be perfect and then not feeling like it's good enough then, you know what I mean, talking yourself out of things, words in my head from the past. You've been dealing with it, it's been heavy. I feel like you've maybe been in a bit of a shell, or you've just not made a lot of leaps or jumps recently, and that's okay. You know, we go through cycles and we go through phases. What's happening now is you're at the end of the tank. The tank is empty. You've been releasing. So now we've got this little bit of fire at the bottom of that tank, and you're alchemizing it and you're using it to make moves. Now, this may start small with somebody making a comment to you and you going, don't speak to me like that. Don't talk to me like that. Whereas before, you might have just let them. Then it's like, you know what? I'm going to go and book that course. And I would never do that before, but I'm going to do it. I'm just going to take the leap and I'm going to do it. I'm going to start that TikTok, you know, channel I always wanted to do, that YouTube channel I always wanted to do. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to post on my socials. I'm going to start the gym. Little things that, you know, sometimes are really scary to do when you post on YouTube for the first time, when you head into a gym for the first time and you have no idea what you're doing, when you learn to drive for the first time. You know what I mean? When you start a new job, they're scary little things, and it's very easy to talk yourself out of these things. And I see you doing, I even felt my throat go then. It's like I'm scared to say something. These little things you're going to start doing. And the more that you're doing them, and you're coming out here, I feel like there's aha moments that are going to be revealed. Like, oh, I've just realized that back in the day when maybe I was like more out there and people would project this, they were doing it out of insecurities. Maybe you meet someone and they say something out of an insecurity and you clock it straight away because the wisdom that you've gained, it's like, I can see where that's coming from now. And it's fueling you and being shown like a fuel coming into you where it's just like, I keep hearing nothing's gonna stop me now. Like, don't stop me now. Queen. I'm hearing that song. It is Queen, isn't it? Don't stop me now. It is Queen. I'm sure that's Queen. But yeah, I'm feeling that like you're on a roll. There was this Black Mirror episode with Miley Cyrus in it, and the celebrity that Miley Cyrus was, it was called Ashley O. She had a song called On a Roll. And she sings like, I'm going to get what I deserve. And I'm hearing that clairaudiently. So there's something you're reaching for. And it maybe in the past you were like, I don't deserve that. Maybe you felt like that internally. Or like, I don't know if I'd ever be good enough for that. And I feel like there's something you're doing over the next few months where you're reaching and you're getting it. There's something. I don't know what this is, but I'm being shown Sword and Stone. I'm being shown the guy from Shrek, the one that Justin Timberlake played, Shrek the Third, when he doesn't feel like he's the rightful ruler of Far, Far Away, and then he becomes the king. So there's something there about not feeling good enough, and it's like I'm sparking this, and I'm going after something. But pile number 2, there was like a lot of things that they were being drawn to go and do, or there was like a lot of pivotal shifts. With you, this is like a fire up your behind, I can't use the word, and you're running towards something. I'm hearing Kevin from Home Alone when he comes out of the house, and he's like, do you hear that, world? I'm not afraid anymore. Like, I'm hearing that. There's something here where it's like you've got a fight in you. You've got a bite to you. There's something, just a fire lit beneath you that's happening. But it's coming from these wounds, but you're transmuting it. And you were always going to do this as well. I want to pull some more. Pile number 3. Pile number 3. Page of Wands and Strengths. And the back of the deck is the 10 of Cups. For some of you guys, this is like just things that were projected onto you in childhood, things that were projected onto you in school. Maybe you always drew in people because you have such a bright light, because you feel like you've got a bright light. I feel like maybe you drew in people that tried to make you feel small and you know. But what's changing this pathway for you is that with the King of Swords here, I'm seeing a closed down shutter of other people's opinions and being able to see that's coming from a shadow that you're projecting that onto me. And I don't know if you ever saw that guy on Vine back in the day. He was like ginger, he was a little boy, and he was like, I'm sorry I didn't see you there, I was too busy blocking out the haters. And he had like a pair of sunglasses on. That's the vibe for the rest of the year, pile 3. Some of you guys may be investing in your appearance as well. There's something very magnetizing about you guys for the rest of the year. I see a lot of fresh starts, and I see you claiming things. Oh, this is mine. Oh, I'm coming back for what's mine. I'm getting my lick back. Like, I'm claiming what's mine. I'm coming back for the throne. There's that sort of vibe coming through here. It's like a light lit under you, and it's almost like a version of you that maybe you've had dormant, and maybe that version of you was the version of you that was attacked and projected onto you. That's coming up. It's like I'm passing the baton, and it's like, let's go and make gold. Let's go, and I keep being shown the Fool in my mind's eye. I know it hasn't come up in the spread, but that's what I'm being shown in my mind's eye. And I see you going and physically doing things. There's like a lot of fresh starts. You're physically doing them, but it's because you feel you're worthy enough to do them. There's this fire up you, but it's coming from this 5 of Wands and the 3 of Swords that are in the spread, which is, I feel like, what you've been dealing with, and maybe you're still there. But I feel like you're turning in anger, frustration, a sadness, maybe even just a feeling of like apathy. You can reach that point when you've been doing that healing. It's like you feel apathy, especially when you think of people that might have said this or that. You can feel that feeling. You're transmuting it into fire. I'm hearing that Lana Del Rey quote at the end of her song, High by the Beach. Is it High by the Beach? Yeah. She sings, anyone can start again, if not through love, then through revenge. Through the storm, I may say this wrong, through the storm we're born again, peace by vengeance brings the end. I may have said that wrong. If you want to check, it's High by the Beach, Lana Del Rey. But yeah, there's a fire. And I'm also hearing that song, Fight Song. Do you remember that song? I only know it because it was on Pretty Little Liars, but it's like, this is my fight song, take back my life song. And I'm sure there's a lyric that's like, I've still got fight left in me, or something like that. So yeah, there's a fire being sparked. There's something that's going to spark this. It's kind of like, look at me now. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. Like, there's that sort of vibe coming in here. Some of you guys are starting a new endeavor. Some of you guys are just getting back out there. There's fire here. I feel confident. I feel comfortable in myself. And I feel like this is going to literally flow into the new year. Because there's this feeling of like, look at me. Look at me. I keep hearing that. Look at me. Okay. So we've actually got 2 cards that flopped out. I was only going to do 1, but these both just flopped out. We have Align Your Life. What is not aligned or needs to change. And then we also have Awakening that also popped out with it. Energetic Upgrades. A new way of being. Integration. I was going to say interrogation, and I thought that doesn't make sense. Align Your Life and Awakening. I feel like you've been down, but not in the way of like down and out, but down because it's like, I'm at my roots. I'm tending to these roots. And I feel like it's been hard, pile 3. Maybe you've been going through a shadow period, doing shadow work. Kind of literally got through an ego death, so heavier emotions. Purging a bit. And maybe you didn't even set out to do this, it's just coming up. Sometimes you don't even set out to do the shadow work. It just starts showing up and you're like, why am I thinking of that person that was mean to me when I was in, 9th grade or 8th grade or, like, where's that coming from? But it's like a feeling. It's like a version of you that would have been told things about themselves or believed things about themselves. They feel ready because it's been released. They feel ready to be like, right, okay, let's use this fire and get back and get back in the game. Let's get back in the race. There's something here. I'm getting back in the race. But this coldness in a good way, where it's like, I'm not letting you take me out of my energy when people try and project. It's like, you're not taking me out of that. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I see you building up a world for yourself where there's kind of like iron gates around your sense of like self-worth. It's like my self-worth comes from me, and that's where that coldness comes in. You can't tell me who I am. And because of that, the King of Swords, you're able to see from the higher perspective. Even the King of Swords representing, like, we've got the owl there. The owl sees all. It can not only sees at night, but it can see below. So you're able to see, oh, that person's projecting on me, this is that. And that's then very healing, that you're able to see through people that maybe in the past would have knocked you off your pedestal. You know what I mean? You might have believed their words. So something's very healing coming in as well as you're doing this. But I see new starts, fresh starts for you guys that you guys are doing. I see you more busy and wanting to do things. For some of you guys, it's going to start a little slow. It literally will be maybe putting a boundary with somebody, telling somebody off that needs to be told off, or not playing small whereas you normally would, not just going along with something. It's like, no, I want to do something. I've given it, I don't know why I've done this today, but I've given an astrology sign to every pile. Like pile 1, I saw strong Virgo energy for the next 3 months. For pile 2, I saw strong Sagittarius for the next 3 months. For you guys, I see strong Aries for the next 3 months, because I do see new beginnings and fresh energy, but you're cultivating it. Some of you guys may splurge a little bit too. I see some of you guys making little purchases, but things that it's like, I deserve that. You know what I mean? I deserve that bike I always wanted. I deserve that. Give me, I don't know why I'm being shown a Pokemon. If somebody's been thinking about buying a Pokemon something, I'm being shown Pokemon. I deserve this. I deserve to do that. I deserve, and I'm buying little things, splurging a little bit. But it's like, I deserve this. Yeah, so that's what I see, pile 3. I really hope that you got what you needed from the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. Sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 4, welcome to your reading. So if you guys chose I couldn't get my words out then. If you guys chose the beach stone, this is your reading. So we're going to take a look at what is to come for the rest of 2025 for you guys. I'm going to start with tarot, and then we'll move on to your oracle cards. So let's get in. So pile number 4, please, spirit guides. Pile number 4. What is to come for the rest of 2025 for my pile number 4s, please? What is to come for the rest of 2025? 10 of Pentacles. Okay. What is to come for my pile number 4s? 3 of Wands. I'm hearing home is where the heart is. I just shared that. Home is where the heart is. Page of Swords. 5 of Cups reversed. I'm hearing, can you feel the love? 9 of Wands at the back of the deck. Okay. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, Page of Swords, 5 of Cups reversed, 9 of Wands. Okay. Again, noises, it's the chair. I don't know if I've already said that, but noises, it's the chair. But yeah, I heard home is where the heart is when I first pulled the cards. And I just felt this like softness, this homely feeling. Like when someone makes like a home cooked meal, especially if it's from where you're from. Like for example, for myself, I'm Welsh. So, when the cowl is made, we eat cowl in Wales. When cowl is made, I eat Welsh cakes. It's like a homely meal. And it makes you feel all warm inside. So like, I'm thinking of that, like, this softness, this nurturing. I see that being tapped into over the next 3 months. I don't know if you're going to be spending, I know we've got Christmas period and stuff like that, but I know that sometimes people don't spend Christmas with their family, or they spend Christmas with people that are kind of like their new families, you know what I mean? Like their friends that are their families, you know what I mean? And things like that. I'm seeing a softness over the next couple of months where I feel like I feel the love. Like, I don't know why. I feel like at times, like, when I'm tapping into this, like, I feel like there's been times where I haven't felt loved, or I've always been, like, looking out of my immediate environment, because maybe there hasn't felt like there's been stability or anything like that. And it almost feels like there's a tide turning over the next 3 months where there's, like, a softening. Now, this could be that you're literally meeting a person, meeting a partner, and, like, over those couple of months or whatever time you meet this person, your heart is starting to soften, so you're opening up to that, opening up to maybe learning to lean on somebody, and it's just in the beginning stages of that, because this energy feels very soft and very quaint. But this could also be like, especially if you're estranged from family members, and you know, granted they're not like horrible people, you may be like reconciling or maybe building a relationship with someone that you're estranged from, or that you maybe didn't grow up with. I'm seeing some sort of connection there. I'm seeing like a softness, but I'm also just feeling aware of, like, I know from a more energetic perspective, like how I'm reading it from a spiritual perspective, I feel more aware of like love in the world. Like my heart feels very open. You know, sometimes when you're feeling a little bit like lost in the world, and you're kind of just like, maybe you give up on love, or maybe you've had really hard experiences with people and you kind of have hardened yourself. There's this softening that's happening over the next 3 months where it's like, I'm starting to see the beauty in, like, this could be the simplicity of like life again, but this could also be like the beauty of like connections again in relationships. Because with the Three of Wands being reversed, the way I'm specifically reading this with this particular deck anyway, because when it's upright like that, it always looks like a portal to me. And when we look at the Three of Wands, we want to expand beyond our immediate environment, and this is like a portal we're going through. But with this reversed, it's making me think like the portal's shut, not because like, oh, it's blocked, but out of like, I don't need to step through the portal right now. I don't need to walk through that portal right now. And I'm kind of looking at my immediate environment, and I'm creating softness. And that's what I see over the next 3 months. Now, for some of you guys, you may have a little bit of a slower end to 2025. But what I see is a lot of nurturing, and a lot of, whether this is nurturing from other people and opening up to it, but also nurturing for yourself. But whatever it is that you're nurturing within yourself, it's helping you open up to others in the future, and you may end up meeting someone because of this energy you're activating that ends up being like a partner or a relationship. What I mean by that is, for some of you guys, you may have been in like survival mode, or felt like you had to be in more of a go-getter energy, and you haven't been able to soften and settle into what you like, what it is that you like. And I see a softness playing out for the next couple of months where it's like, I'm more aware of my needs and what I need, and I'm nurturing myself, and I'm creating this home within myself. But this is also like, I wonder if somebody here has like got an apartment for the first time, or got a home for the first time, because I'm seeing like decorating and like, what do I like? And there's something really soft and really beautiful about that. But I also just feel for some of you guys as well, there's a feeling of family. Some of you guys may literally have just given birth, and this could be what the focus is, you being at home with a new baby, or it could be that you just fallen pregnant and there's going to be a lot of focus on like getting a nursery set up or something like that. It could literally be that. But I see a lot of harmony on the home front. That's what I'm being shown. I'm just also feel like me opening up my heart space, I'm opening up to love that maybe I didn't see before, because I'm almost like aware that like somebody's trying with me, or somebody's trying to nurture me, but in a way that maybe I didn't see it before. Maybe their love language, or the way that they've been trying to love me, was more physical, like doing like little physical things for me, or maybe words of affirmation. And I'm learning that like that's where that love is. There's something here of like realizing that I'm loved. I don't know what this is about, but I'm realizing it, and I'm finding like softness there. I keep being shown friends, when they would do like the Thanksgiving episodes and all the friends would be together. There's something about that as well. Like you could have a lot of community and support. Some of you guys also may be traveling back to your hometown or home country, and that's where I'm seeing a lot of support as well. There's just like a lot of energy here, that I was picking up from the beginning, like a homely vibe. And it's soft. I'm not gonna lie, for you guys, before, I don't feel like everything's super chaotic and like I'm going to be doing all these things. This feels very soft and slow, but in a way that's needed. I'm being shown a rose in soil that is being watered and nurtured. Not just you watering and nurturing it yourself, but then nurtured by other people. There is an opening and a rupture in the heart space in a good way that's bringing those love energies to you. With the 9 of Wands here, I just feel like naturally in the past you might have been a little bit more guarded or a little bit more... you know, I feel aware of absence. I feel aware of like cracks in the foundation. I feel aware of these things. I feel aware that maybe I don't always feel safe, but there's something here about things running a little smoothly. And I know for some of you guys, you may be watching this like, oh, but I just see a lot of peace and groundedness and balance. That's what I'm pulling from this. I don't want to keep going around in circles, but that's what I'm being shown. I also just feel like a level of financial safety. So I don't know whether like some of you may get a job that creates a level of safety for you. So you have like a job that's like paying you monthly and you know you're in that contract. Or it could be as well that like you now own a home or you have a home, so there's that level of safety there. There's some level of physical abundance here for sure. I feel safe and grounded and rooted. When we think of physical abundance and it coming in, you know, we have a strong root chakra when that happens. We're very grounded into the material. We know how to bring things into the material. And there's something here with the 3 of Wands reversed that I'm getting, which is like I don't need to look for more. I have it all right here. For some of you guys, there's an emphasis on family though, spending more time with family. I just wonder if you're going home to spend time with family, and I don't just mean the Christmas period, I mean over the next couple of months. So you're getting closer with a family member, or you're going on vacation with a family member, or a family member's just had a baby, or there's something there about family and feeling more close and mending a gap. That's what I'm picking up. I'm not getting so much more, but even with like the object you chose, that stone, obviously, like I said, I'm from Wales. That stone came from like a Welsh beach, so it's like from my hometown. Do you get what I mean? So you see what it represents? The hometown, the roots, the rock. You know what I mean? The roots of the tree. Now, for some of you guys, you may find over the next couple of months that your ancestors may be connecting with you, especially if you connect with Source and you connect with Spirit. Your ancestors may be trying to work and connect with you. And what also may be happening is you may be feeling called to connect to your ancestry, or connect to, the spiritual side of your ancestry, and maybe even the land that you're on and the land around you, if we're going to go there. It's not going to be for all of you, but that is where it could be too. If it's not like physical family as well, it could be the land that you're on, and there's something there. And some of you guys I'm seeing relocation and building a home somewhere else as well, because I'm being shown the tectonic plates moving. But there's something there, and especially like if you don't know the language of your ancestors, some of you guys may take to learning that. Because Spirit's showing me the Welsh language, in like they're showing me like the Welsh alphabet in my mind's eye. So some of you guys could be learning that, or you could be connecting to the roots of your ancestors, especially if they worked with Spirit or connected in different ways, like witchcraft or things like that. I feel like you could be connecting to that as well. There's a balance coming in here for sure. So Spirit guides, can you tap me into my pile of fours and show me where their energy is going to be towards the end of the year? This feels calm, rooted, grounded. But not like pile number 1s where it was like calm, rooted, grounded, but like they're creating order out of chaos, like a Virgo energy. That's not what this feels like. This feels more slow, intentional, and this feels more like Cancer energy. For some reason, I gave astrology signs for all of the piles, so I'm going to give you Cancer energy. That's what it feels like, because I keep thinking of the 4th house as well. So I'm going to give you Cancer energy that you're going to be in for the next 3 months. It could just be you nurturing yourself as well. Maybe even connecting to your own roots by reparenting and nurturing that side of you. It's soft, but it's lovely and it's peaceful. Like I see you looking back at this time period in the future and being like, that was such a lovely time. I'm being shown Miss Honey from Matilda. We have the World card. One more card, please, Spirit Guides. What is to come for my pile 4s for the rest of the year? We have the Devil card here as well. Interesting. Back of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles. Why do we have that, please, Spirit Guides? The World, the Devil, and the Two of Pentacles. Why do we have these two cards? The World, the Devil, and the Two of Pentacles. I wonder if in the past you've had situations in relationships where you've had to like literally jump out of your own energy to kind of keep the flame going. Maybe you were in relationships where you gave a lot more than you received, and maybe this has happened in dynamics, maybe in family situations and things like that, where you've always had to tap out of your energy. Or this could literally be as well where like you've been disconnected from your roots, from your ancestors, because maybe you like have moved country, or you've like moved, you know, wherever, and it's like you haven't felt as connected. So it's like you're bringing that power back, you're bringing that balance back. Something that would have created a disconnect is being soothed, is being nurtured, so you can bring that back, and you're ending a cycle of being cut from it. It's literally like I'm tapping back into my family tree almost. Or I'm, you know, this could also be from an individual perspective of like, there's always been an imbalance in kind of like connections where I've just had to self-sacrifice, so I haven't really understood my own needs, and now I'm connecting back to that by pouring into my needs, listening to my inner child, nurturing myself, so that I can fill that gap and bridge that gap. And that's what I see you guys doing. And then for those of you with family members, this could also be an estranged connection, or a connection that wasn't so well balanced. I see you building that with someone, and coming back to that and kind of eliminating what caused the chaos, like two people working together, which can happen, you know what I mean? But don't try and make that fit if that doesn't feel right. If you know, like sometimes I'll say something like that and then people are like, I would never talk to my dad again, and it's just like, if you feel that way, then it probably wasn't that. You know what I mean? Like, it would definitely wasn't that if it's that bad. Like, this is something that you're called to do and somebody else is, and it's flowing. Don't make it fit something that just doesn't work for you, you know? Because there's lots of different ways I'm being shown this. And I think that's why I was being shown like a language being learned again, or like traditional foods, or like working with the land and what herbs grow on the land, and all of that, because it's like I'm tapping into my roots. I'm creating the connection again to create balance where it was severed, where it was cut, where there was an imbalance. I'm bringing it back, you know what I mean? The end of a cycle, which is the cycle of, I'm being shown the Five of Pentacles, which is like, you know, loss and being shut out in the cold, and it's like I'm mending that. But this feels very quaint and soft, and I'm bringing safety and harmony physically here, you know. So let's pull your oracle card, pile number 4. So some of you guys, this reading is just as simple as you're going to have a very smooth and soft end to the year. You're going to be listening to your needs, you're going to be nurturing, maybe you're taking yourself to a spa, maybe you're just slowing yourself down for the rest of the year, maybe you are just buying yourself little things, little comfort foods you like, and nurturing yourself that way. Or maybe some of you guys are just spending more time with family. It could be that light, or it could be a bit heavier with you connecting to your roots and going there, you know what I mean? There's that as well. So just take it how it resonates. There's just a sense of home, the roots and family. Cancer energy really strong. Your card's just fallen away from me, bear with me. We have Unbound here, that's fallen. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. You're letting go of a cycle of something that's had you stepping out of your own energy, or stepping away from your roots, or keeping a part of you hidden that would create balance for you. And there's a ending of a cycle, and you're coming back to yourself. This is very like Temperance energy for the rest of the year. The Temperance card in tarot, pouring into yourself, nurturing yourself, coming back to base, you know. But I see you being poured into as well, whether that's through friendships, literal family, your ancestors pouring knowledge into you, or this could be like from an energy perspective, what you've given out is coming back to you financially, and you're creating a safety net, whether it's a job that's safe and structured for you, or a home. You're able to get a home, which is a safe place for you. yeah, I see you looking back at this time feeling really comforting. Like I'm thinking of like a comfort meal, and it's like I'm looking back at that time and it was like, that was such a lovely time. That's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile 4. So yeah, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. Sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.